Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to
Mind Body Stuff.
I'm Kaylee.
I'm Bernice.
We are sitting in Joe's
Little
house, and it's raining, you guys. It's like 65 degrees. It feels colder, and it's finally raining. Our first rain in a long time.
In like 45 days or
long
more
time
here in Missoula. So
I feel like we're transitioning. Don't you feel like it's starting?
Oh yeah, and I was so thankful that we went to the lake on Saturday because it was all warm and you could swim and it was kind of a hot day. And then literally yesterday it felt kind of chillier and I'm like, uh-oh. And then today definitely feels like it might be autumn right around the corner.
I feel like it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. I feel like transition always, I don't know. It has like that bittersweetness to it.
Yeah, it makes me sad.
It does. It makes you sad. It makes you sad every fall.
Every fall, every transition makes me sad. Yeah, even when they're good transitions. I don't know. I get fixated, but then once I'm in the new thing, then I love it. But I have a harder time. So it's nice for me to be with Kaylee because she's like, "What a wonderful time," and I'm like, "It's a wonderful time."
I struggle with some transitions for sure.
Yeah,
but I actually do usually struggle with fall. Fall is one, even though I'm ready for it. Like I hate being hot. Temperature wise, I'm ready for it to change. But what I have a problem with is just the darkness. How dark it starts to get so early.
Yeah, I love the sunlight and the length of day. Yeah. And I get kind of manic in the summer. It's like I'm here and then I'm there and I'm here and then suddenly everything kind of slows down, which is actually good. To slow down. It's not always good to be scattered and floating around. So
I always think there's no way that I could live in the southern hemisphere because the only thing that I have to look forward to is knowing that the holidays are coming.
Oh yeah.
Like I think I'd be really sad to know that the holidays or like as the weather got colder and colder and darker, that there wasn't something really special like the holiday season.
Yeah, thank goodness we have that. Like it's like I can make it. It's going to be Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's going to be Halloween and then Thanksgiving and then Christmas. It's like all the fun holidays are coming.
Yeah, and all the family will hopefully be around.
Right.
You know,
my birthday and. Yeah, there's so many things to celebrate.
To look forward to, but now I won't be manic anymore, which is sad.
Which is nice for me. I get to see you more when it's not the summertime.
She's so good though. This year she was like, "Here's the schedule for this summer," which was sort of like accepting her dear friend's issues. I'm like, "Thank you, Kaylee, for doing that."
You will work
You will work Monday,
Thursday,
and Friday, and that's it. Don't worry about it. At the studio. So that worked awesome.
Yeah, and now we do podcasts at random times.
Very creative.
Very creative in your daughter's living room where it's quiet.
Yeah, beautiful.
But anyways, moving on to actually what we're talking about today.
What are we talking about today?
Well, I thought it would be really interesting to talk about music because music is the base of so much of the work that we do. And it's actually like the medium through which we do so much of our work.
Communicate sort of our work.
It is. It truly is. You know, it helps us process. It helps us move through stuff, understand stuff. It moves our body. It moves our emotions. It moves everything. Like I don't know how people do the type of work that we do without music.
No, I don't know how they do the type of work. And also the stuff we're trying to get to in class. Yeah. Without the songs that we use and the movement that we use, we just couldn't get there.
They carry it. They carry us there.
Yeah. Today in my class, we did like natural, I am here, a lash out was before. And all of that, it just totally, you could feel the class's mood just shift. And I couldn't have done that in a regular,
maybe therapy session
maybe, but even the music and the movement just enhances that whole.
Well, I just feel like it helps break us open. Yeah. It helps with that opening process.
Someone even said that today. Julie said, well, someone just broke open.
Oh, cool.
She said that.
Yeah. And so, thinking about this how music plays such an important role in our work life, I wanted to just start this podcast, like, talking about the role that it has played in both of our personal lives. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So maybe I'll just ask you, what was your relationship to music as a child?
As a child, my dad was sort of in charge of all the music. Mm-hmm. Interestingly enough.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. But I just remember a big thing for me was he would drive me to school every day. Mm-hmm. And I didn't spend a lot of time with my dad because he was busy. But he would drive me to school.
Yeah.
And he would always have a soundtrack playing in the background. Whether it was Hawaiian music or he liked musicals like My Fair Lady or Fiddler on the Roof. And he was a beautiful singer. So he'd have the music on and then he'd just be singing. And then I would sing with him. So we would both be singing in the car. So that totally set like my relationship with my dad. And I didn't listen to regular music. Like I'm not aware of the music of my time. For whatever reason. But I am aware of all those musicals and they totally represent my relationship with my father.
And wasn't your dad, weren't you guys friends with some pretty famous musicians?
Oh, at the time, his uncle was friends with like Bing Crosby and Bob Hope was a comedian. But, and Danny Kaye, they would come to the house and, yeah, so there was always music in the background, their type of music, and people kind of singing, and which is very Hawaiian style too, having singing get-togethers and stuff like that.
I think in a lot of cultures that are not ours.
Yeah, because even in New Zealand, when I lived there for a while, the Maoris would just get around and they just get the guitar out and then everyone would just sing.
Yeah, my friends in Norway, like
a singing party.
I mean, literally, when I've hung out with groups of our age people in Norway, all of a sudden somebody will just start singing, and then the whole entire group gathers in a circle and they just sing.
Oh, see,
it's very much like. It just seemed very normal and very much like not spoken about, not like, hey, what do you guys think?
You want to do a sing-along
And
later?
I think here, like, people are like, hey, you want to do a jam session? Right. Or whatever, so it does happen, but I feel like it's not as just like, la la, and then everyone sings la la, and they're all these traditional songs that they all know.
And even if you say a jam session, then I'm like, oh, well.
I don't play anything.
I'm not a very good singer, so I probably can't go to
that. Yeah. But it's just all these traditional songs that they're used to singing, and I love that.
And that everybody knows them, too.
Mm-hmm. It's such a bonding experience.
Mm-hmm. What about you when you were young?
Yeah, music has always been really, really, really important to me and to my family. Like, some of my biggest memories of both of my parents are their music choices and what they listen to. Like, for example, every single weekend in the winter, we would get up and go skiing. So my dad or my mom or both would check the weather report, and then whoever had the best snow, that's where we would go that weekend. But my dad would wake us up because we usually had to drive. Helena was pretty centrally located, so we could go to many different ski areas, but we'd have to wake up really early. And so my dad, he would crank up AC/DC. And he would open our bedroom door and just let the dogs, who are outside dogs, so they're just nuts when they come inside, just let them in, and they just like jump on our bed and go crazy. And it was just like AC/DC blaring, and that was the music to kind of like pump us up to go skiing. Or like, my parents both played blues a lot, so we always had like blues playing in the house. Or my mom is a really big Joni Mitchell fan, so we all have like, I know all of Joni Mitchell's music just from my childhood and growing up, and I can just, see my parents, both of them, just like cooking in the kitchen to music. Anytime I hear some like Steely Dan from my mom, it's like cooking in the kitchen, so it brings me back. And then music, I think for me was a really powerful place for me to experience my emotions as a child, but more so as a teenager. So I think I've mentioned this on a podcast before, but I would be so excited to go and get a new CD. And when I got a new CD, I would just go and I would lock myself in my bedroom for hours and hours and hours with a CD and just play the songs and figure out which ones were my favorite, and just play the same song over and over and over for hours. But I feel like when you do that, you just like can go so deeply into the experience of the song, and you feel everything so intensely, and you can understand these like emotional waves that you're going on through the music. And I think that's really set the stage for a lot of the work we do in OULA. And we always say like creating a relationship with the music. And I just go back to me being a teenager, feeling like I didn't really know where my place was in the world, but I knew who I was with music.
And that you could express it too through listening to this music.
Maybe not express it, but understand
feel it. Maybe privately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very much privately.
Where you're like, oh yes, I'm kind of feeling this,
some of these
whatever.
Things.
Yeah,
through music.
It's crazy how there were CDs, and then before CDs were like tapes, and then before tapes were albums, LPs. Those big records is what they're called.
Records. That's the word.
But then I think in those days, everyone would listen almost to the whole album.
Oh, as a yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody knows the album. Like
the album.
You know all those different like U2 and the people before them. Anyway, I don't know a lot of the modern music, but.
Where were you during that whole
locked in a closet?
You literally don't know any of the music.
I know. I'm trying
like a couple of decades.
Yeah, I don't really.
You don't.
I'm totally,
I feel like I know more music from those decades than you.
She knows more music from the 70s and 80s than I do, for sure. Like a song will come on, I'm like, oh yeah, yes, and then she'll start singing. I'm like, oh right, but I have no idea who the artist was or
what did you and your friends listen to?
Or Pink Floyd. I just remember people listened to Pink Floyd, something about the wall.
The Wall, yeah.
But people would listen to the whole album.
Oh yeah, it was definitely like a thing.
And that was like the album was like a story. It felt like people were really just lost in this whole story of this album. But nowadays we just listen to like one song. It seems like much more. Like I don't listen to the whole Imagine Dragons album.
No, you buy your song off of the album and
then I listen to that song maybe over and over again. But it's a very different way of kind of living and breathing our music nowadays, it feels like.
Well, I wonder if that also is forcing artists to just come out with hits because they know that people they're gonna buy like a song off the album. But I feel like they could almost make an entire album an expression, like an entire creative piece of work.
Yeah.
That now they're maybe being more forced to just make hits.
Yeah, that's a good point. Although Imagine Dragons did have a lot of stuff off of that one recent album.
Yeah, anyway. But I don't think they expect people to listen to it as a complete story.
As a continuum. Yeah, that's a good point.
Because I think that they in the past used to create albums where it's like telling a story, which is like it's almost like they're making a playlist with their album.
Yeah.
I don't know, I could be wrong.
Anyway, that's interesting.
But I think that music has always, I've always wanted to just like be inside of a song. And part of the reason OULA is like, I feel like part of the reason OULA is based entirely on the music is because I have never experienced anything that can help me journey more deeply or more quickly than music.
Quickly, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like when you find that song that you feel like you are like almost getting to the center of your soul through that music, I'm sure people do it, can get there many different ways, but I personally have never been able to do it more efficiently than with music. I mean, have you? Like, what else?
Nothing else. I mean, maybe dance sometimes, but that always has music with it. And I was just thinking about Aretha Franklin just passed a few days ago, and they were playing some of her songs like R-E-S-P-E-C-T, that. And I was just
I think we all know that one. Yeah.
And
you know that one?
You know that one? You know that one? That was Aretha Franklin.
No way.
I know. Surprise.
Tell us
more. But just even hearing her sing it, I didn't have to move to it, but it took me right back to, I don't know, just empowering me. And like, it just was like, oh my gosh, this is so powerful that she's singing this song at the time that it was written, a long time ago. Yeah. And you could just feel all that in the song. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to see her.
Right.
It's just her voice.
You can just feel her.
Yeah, I can just feel her. Exactly. And then that, to me, is just like, hello.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wonder if there's something, like, to that with why it's like a rock star is the like epitome of a sex symbol. It's because I think music can help you feel something more deeply than I don't know, maybe drugs. I'm not sure, but I think that there's a reason that people take psychedelic drugs.
Oh yeah.
And I think that there's, that there is an element of that to music where it's like, oh my gosh, there is literally my soul. I feel it through this music.
Yeah, right.
It's
even like when we do the exercise and training sometimes where we just put on a song and people move around or whatever, part of the training.
Or whatever.
We
do that thing
it's
sometimes.
Like secret.
You mean every time?
Every time we do it. But it's amazing if you put on these songs. It blows me away every single time. I'm sure we've already talked about this, but every single time a song will come on and we'll all start moving kind of the same way.
Oh yeah, it's like basically people are doing a choreographed dance.
Universal. Like it's just suddenly it's just like you hear the song and you're just like, oh, here I go. It's my hips. My hips are going now. It's not my arms on this song. It's my hips, and it's 30 other people's hips too.
Yeah.
It's just like a connector.
Yeah.
On top of
I think it's a connector to each other, and it's a connector to ourselves.
I wonder what the brain looks like when all it's fired up with you. You know what I mean? Because it must be just all like I just feel it totally like talking both hemispheres, totally engaged. God, and
Well, and I just think about, some of the most powerful experiences of my life have been at live music events.
Oh, yeah.
So not only are we feeling this deep connection to ourselves, but I think we feel a connection to the musicians up there.
Oh, we do.
And I think that's why we idolize. That's why we idolize musicians.
Yes, yeah.
And I think that they are kind of these like incredibly.
They're like conduits or something.
They're conduits, but I guess more their sex appeal is it's because it doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't matter any of that. They are allowing us to feel something so deeply in ourselves that I think it creates an energetic connection to them, to ourselves, and to each other. So these like live music events, I think, are so powerful in a way that not many other things have the potential to be that powerful. I mean, what else
in all those realms?
All of those realms.
Yeah,
it's like I think that. When I've had some deeply spiritual experiences in my life, it's had to do with music or definitely being at a live music experience. Would you agree?
It's crazy too because Pearl Jam was just here. And
oh, they were? I didn't know that.
Don't talk to her now. I'm not talking to you. For all you other 10,000 people listening didn't know that Pearl Jam came to Missoula.
Our town went bonkers for a couple days.
And we live up the valley from the stadium, quite far away actually. But we sat out on our porch and we could just hear it. We could hear him. We could hear his voice even. It was just echoing. So my husband's like, "Let's just go down there and walk around." Yeah. It was like a magnet. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then we went down by the stadium and just parked. And then and there were tons of us just walking around. And now you could hear them singing really well. You could hear all their music and the guitars and the drum. And we didn't have to be in there.
Right.
But we were all having sort of spiritual experiences just standing near it.
Just being in the energy field.
Yes, and you hear the guy, who's the guy? Eddie Vedder. Thank you, Eddie. Eddie Vedder. And just his voice just echoing out, and then the guitars and the drums and everything strumming, and that the group of those few humans coming together and making that powerful sound.
Yeah.
And then all of us are realizing like this is really powerful.
You're just like vibrating so highly together.
Like I can even get goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah.
It was just, and we weren't even inside. We were walking around the outside.
I think it's, I don't know. Like I keep saying, I don't know what else can affect a group of people like that. I mean, maybe a really incredible speaker.
Especially a group of people. Like maybe you could, like let's say you climb a mountain and you're alone and you're on the top and you're just like, oh my gosh. Right.
And that's 30,000 people.
30,000 people, we're all going to be in there together. Like here we go. And it's almost like you put us on a trip. together, and we're all on it.
Yeah. And I feel like, you can have speakers, or maybe,
that's a good point. There are some great speakers.
But, and there are, and there definitely are. I feel like music, though, it goes beyond your thoughts. It goes beyond your political affiliations. It just, like, gets you to your soul.
I wonder if that's why great speakers have a cadence.
Oh, of course,
you know what I mean? They're not just kind of like, all right, here's a story I'm going to tell you.
No, it's the way that they speak. It's the intonation in their voice. When they choose to do the pauses. It's this understanding of, like, when to add that big, huge crescendo right before the release. Like, all good speakers understand that their speech needs to be musical.
Yes.
It really does.
Yeah, that's interesting.
In order to be powerful.
It does.
Listen to the great speakers, and they are. It's a song.
Yeah, it's a song, a speaking song.
It really
they know where to pause, where to say it louder, where to say it softer. Yeah. Everybody has to lean in. What's he saying?
What's coming?
What's coming?
What is it?
Yeah.
And that, I mean, so much of what we try to teach in training weekends, or even more so with instructors who have a little more experience under their belt, is getting to that point where you can create that tension through the way you cue. When your body movements start to get smaller, how to then add that volume, the power, the energy, so that when you do have that big moment of release, whoosh, you take everybody who's in that room is invited on this journey, and you have these waves of energy. You have these really intense moments that you share together. But for me, it's completely driven by the music, and then all it is our job as
facilitator.
You're
my facilitator. No,
would you guys like us to edit this podcast? Would you like us to do a little more editing?
A facilitator.
A facilitator.
That kind of sounds like a fertility tater or something like that.
A facilitator.
I'm a fertility tater. Anyway, a facilitator
of this experience. We just have to really, really, really be tuned into the music, and this is how I always describe it at trainings, is you're just creating synergy. That's all you're doing. The music is telling you what to do, and then it's giving it to you, and then all you have to do is receive, and then give also. But I more than anything, you're just kind of like, you're just trying to enhance that music through your cues, through your movement.
Through your voice.
It's incredibly powerful. And I think that's why, master classes, or the really energetically high classes, they can give you that sense of euphoria like you can get at a concert. Because we're trying to do the same thing, is help people not only connect more deeply with themselves, but with the music and with each other. And we get to just be a part of that happening, which is
love that.
Incredible.
I love that feeling of the concert, but we can't go to a concert every day.
No, you can't go to a concert every day.
And
if
I did, not every concert feels like that. So then I just get tired.
Oh, sure.
Where I'm like, I'm just trying to go to a concert every day.
Yeah, that's exhausting. You can't go to live music every single day.
No, but you can go to OULA every day.
OULAfitness.com to find a class near you. Mention this ad.
Thank you.
I'm trying.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was a very good segue.
Thank you. But yeah, isn't it just fascinating? I feel like the ways in which music can communicate with so many different parts of who we are as well. Like it physically moves us, it emotionally moves us. I mean, art is also, I think, really powerful, but I don't feel the physical response in the way that I feel it from music. I'm trying to figure out what could be as powerful as music, and I'm just not really...
Especially all together, when you have a bunch of humans together.
I mean, look at a beautiful piece of art, and you're going to be moved in many different ways, but you're probably not going to want to, like, move your body to it.
No,
but just by looking at it.
No,
I mean, maybe some people are.
Maybe some people do, and you guys could talk about that. I don't, our art for me doesn't do it as much as music and movement.
Reading
together.
something, maybe it doesn't have that, like...
Sometimes when I read something...
You want to go out and move your body?
It makes me, like, cry or feel happy.
Well, yeah, but that's your emotions.
Even the thing you sent me the other day, that poem or that little saying you sent me about sometimes you have to, like, wilt and die, and then you can be born. To grow again or whatever. Yeah. And I was like crying for like 10 minutes, which was good. I needed to cry. it didn't make me want to move, but it did make me want to sit with that emotion for a little bit, because I had been avoiding it off and on. So it was like, no.
Right.
This is coming up. You need to sit with this and feel all that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and, but yeah, I guess going back to the power of music, though, it's interesting to me, like, how you and I think, are both very affected by music, but the amount that we allow it into our lives is very different. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, I have a disorder. No,
it's not a disorder.
If I hear music, it right away takes me into some place. Like, I can't really interact with other people, or it's harder for me.
And that's why I'm bringing this up right now, because you're like, well, I read that thing, but there's something that music does to you that's so fascinating to me.
Yeah, I totally disappear, or I'm not. Like,
you cannot be present when music is playing.
I can't. I start hearing it, even happy music. Like, I'll start, because Kaylee was good, because she plays music in the background and it helps her be creative. But so at meetings and stuff, sometimes she'll turn music on, and of course I'm like, uh-oh. And the music starts playing, and they'll be talking about something, and I'm just totally...
You're checked out. You are in that song.
I'm like, respect yourself. I'm all, that's right, I gotta respect myself. And I have that weird disorder that somebody wrote about, where I hear songs and right away I get goosebumps sometimes. So it's a physical, it's almost like an auditory link to some sort of nerve thing.
It's not a disorder.
Well, it's not a disorder.
No, what was it? It was saying that you guys are like highly...
I don't know.
I think it's a good thing. I wouldn't label it as a disorder. But it is funny because you're completely distracted when music is on.
Completely distracted. Even bad music. Like, suddenly I'm all, what did they say? Or even sometimes when we play music in the car, and I'm like, did you hear that guy say, wake up now? In the background, like how they put the different things in. That's it! Totally. Like, how do you decide to throw that into the song? Like, good for you guys.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, just kind of how music, it brings us together, but it's also interesting how it has, like, these different impacts on us. Like, yeah, you can't have music playing. Whenever I go to your house, it's completely silent. And my question is always like, where's the music? That was always my question for a while, but now it's like, and we even had Heather's birthday party at your house, and I'm like, where is the music? You cannot have a birthday party without music going.
Yeah,
and then you're like,
the music, right.
Music. I'll go find the speaker. On. I'll go, but for me, it's like, in my house, we never, ever have silence.
Yeah, because there's always music playing.
There's always music playing, because for me, music is constantly setting the tone. And I always have to make music match kind of our vibe, or have music to set the vibe.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
You know, like, pretty much every single day we have, like, we've got, like, Moana soundtrack or Tangled or whatever, just because I know that my kids, like, it energizes them. Everyone can sing. The whole family sings these songs. Like, it's very important to how our day feels at night, you know, like the dinner party. How do I want the dinner party to feel? Do I have, like, Latin dinner music, or do I have Italian dinner music, or do I have indie, or do I have summer night? You know, it's like, it's very, very much a part of how I quote unquote
and set
create
the
experiences.
The ambiance of the place.
Yeah, but I think more than that, yes, but it's like how I create experiences in my life, and very much so how I create experiences in my work.
Right, exactly.
But it is kind of, it is interesting to think about how that affects us differently. But when you're allowed to go there, then you just fully go there.
I'm gone. Yeah, it's gone. But then I can't have a relationship with you or the kids.
You're having a relationship with that song.
I'm like, intensely. Sorry, Ray, don't talk to me now. This is about heartbreak. So it's like, I haven't had heartbreak in 30 years. I'm like, I am a wreck right now. I have been left. And my son's just like, why are you crying? I'm like, it's the music, we gotta turn on.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's
really
like
interesting,
totally
the power of that, though.
So powerful. But that's why the choreography is so fun, because then we get to, for a little while, go right in, and then
just dive.
And it's allowed.
Deep
For me,
it.
it's like allowed. Like, you are allowed to do this now. And it's like, okay, I'm allowed.
And I think you're so, I think that's why you're so good at it, is because it is this like free-for-all space that you get to just go headfirst into it.
Yeah, it's like you're allowed to do whatever you want, and no one's going to talk to you about anything else except
this music and how it's making you
and
feel.
how your body wants to move right now.
Physically, emotionally. Right. Yeah, what your physical and emotional responses are to it.
And really that's why Kaylee's so good, because she's like, well, we probably can't do that with everybody. We can. And then she has this like,
some of your shit is weird,
which she's so good, because she's like, and she'll say something like, but what would the count be? I'm like,
can you count that for me, because I really have no idea what's happening right now. But it's very creative, and I feel like since you've been a part of the choreography for OULA, I think you've added an element that was just really missing and necessary. So wow. I very much applaud you and thank you for adding that piece.
A little, and I'm appreciative that you let me go in.
And I think you push us a little bit too, where sometimes I'm like, ooh, how are they going to feel about that move? You're like, I don't care, it's good for them.
Well, like, okay, even today I was in that gallop step in I Am Here.
Oh.
And I know that feels, sometimes I feel even myself.
That was my weird move. It took us a while to get to that one.
Her move.
That was my
weird
move.
But even for me, sometimes I feel dumb doing it, or it reminds me of like being a little kid or something, and this kind of heavy song, uplifting too at the same time. But part of me is like, I was even saying today, it's not about how it looks. Like we're just doing movement and galloping, like traveling somewhere.
Yeah.
It's almost symbolic.
It's symbolic.
And I don't want to get so caught up that we have to do movement that's always attractive.
I think that's super important.
Like, I'm like, no,
I love that we do that. It does not have to be attractive.
Because everything in our life, we did this body workshop, it's always about women, are you attractive? And you know what? Sometimes I don't want to be.
Yeah.
I just I don't want to be attractive.
Yeah.
I don't want to make a big deal about it. I mean, it's such a big part of our lives. Let's just be.
Let's just be.
And when if you want to move to the right and you want to gallop or crawl, then do it.
Right. And I think it's also pushing people to places that are harder to access within themselves or within other areas of society.
Mm-hmm.
So when we can take the judgment away from what does this look like to just letting ourselves go to those places that are slightly uncomfortable, it's really powerful growth.
It really is, yeah. And what does it feel like in your body versus what does it look like in your body?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Which I think is such a gift.
Yeah.
Going to those places of discomfort are, I believe, the way that we grow.
Well, and it seems like you always have to have a little discomfort before you grow.
You have to.
I mean, I don't know why. I'm thinking, do we have to?
Well, do we have to?
Every
That's a good
time.
question.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Does it always have to be uncomfortable?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Does growth always have to have an element of discomfort?
Maybe that's another podcast.
Very well might be.
Yeah. Anyway, something for us to ponder.
What I think about in my life, I'm thinking about the major growth that I've done in my life, and it's all had an element of discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
Even within our business right now, I think we are at a major point for growth, and there's
crossroads.
There's a lot of discomfort in it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even I think about probably the most important thing in my life has been my relationship with my husband, and it definitely had growing pains, like major growing pains.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, who would I be without my marriage?
I think that's what we don't talk about sometimes, even in terms of relationship for everybody, in terms of long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Because people after, Josephine's getting married, my daughter, but I'm just thinking of course you're going to have periods where it doesn't feel good in the relationship, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad relationship.
Yeah. Exactly.
It just means you got to reflect and see where you're at.
I mean, when two individuals become one, there's going to be painful stuff. You can't.
Yeah, because we're still ourselves.
You're still your individuals. You just have to make your life work with someone, and you have to be very respectful, and you have to compromise
for a lifetime. I mean, it's hard in friendship.
Right.
At least friendship, sometimes I'm like, well, I'm out.
Bye. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
That's a lot of work right there.
Yeah.
But in your partner relationship, it's like, oh, here you are again today.
Again.
Again.
Next to me.
Yeah, next to me. And I remember how much you irritated me last night.
And you're still there
this morning. And you're still there this morning. What a wonderful gift that you have to keep working with that.
Totally.
And like music, how does that go back to music?
Well, I think because it is. Music with movement. And I mean, even just music alone, some of it can feel really uncomfortable. Oh. Some music can feel incredibly uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that they do that for a reason, because it helps you explore those feelings and those places within yourself that you can't just avoid.
No. I mean,
people can try. People can try. And people can go an entire lifetime avoiding the discomfort. I mean, they absolutely can, but I wonder how much growth they are going to get out of this life.
And I want to push myself.
And I want to push myself and other people.
She doesn't want to push other people. Which you guys are lucky. That's why she does OULA.
Well, yeah, exactly. Right? A lot of the stuff we do with OULA is pushing people.
It is pushing people.
And you guys are awesome because you go there.
Oh my God, we're so appreciative that you go there.
And you guys push us.
Yeah, you do push us. Totally push us.
I mean, the whole thing, I think we're all asking each other to rise up. Mm-hmm. And I think that there is something really, really beautiful about a group of people who are committed to doing this work.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
And it doesn't always feel comfortable. But I think that also there's an element of music that can help make the discomfort beautiful. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a power.
And poignant.
Yeah.
I love that kind of feeling of like, oh.
But like, when does heartache feel more beautiful than in a song?
Never really. I mean, it's so beautiful and
it's
sad
beautifully tragic.
Song. Yeah.
And I think that music can gracefully and beautifully take us to these really, really sad places. Or, I mean, any emotion. You can turn it on and you can immediately tap into places within yourself that just aren't so easy to access without it.
Even anger or frustration.
Oh God, yeah. Well, I mean, don't you think there's a reason that there's like heavy metal rock? Like, I don't listen to that music personally.
Yeah.
But because it just agitates me. But I think for some people, it helps them understand their rage.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you?
And a place to express it. You know, where you have a safe place where you can express that rage.
When you're listening to ragey music, how are you expressing it? I'm just curious.
When I listen to it, like I move my head a lot, like a lot of head.
Of course you do. It's not background music for you. Like, that's right, I headbang now.
Headbanging now.
Bye, Ray. It's time for me to express my...
Mom's headbanging for a while in the back room. But I love that ability to just be angry. Like, I turned on, we're looking for some new music for OULA, and of course every once in a while on the new hits there's some heavy metal stuff, and then I'm like,
yes, this coming week, you guys, it's
our they're like,
wow,
screaming.
Those are some sound waves. Turn down your volume, everyone. Bernice is about to
here I go
get ragey.
Who's one of the rage people? Alice Cooper. Alice in the Machine or something. Anyway, I don't remember. Alice somebody. Okay. You guys know. But I just listened to her a little bit. I'm like, that's right, you're all angry.
Which I think
and it makes your whole body kind of tense.
Yeah, and I think for some people that is therapeutic. For me, it's really agitating, like super agitating. I can't have ragey music on or I get very consumed by it.
Well, when I was younger, I could do it more.
And young people seem to like the angry music more, but I feel like because they have a lot of that emotion inside and they don't know where to put it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because when I was younger, I could really do
ragey stuff,
more ragey stuff, and now I can do it for a little short snippets, and I'm like, okay, enough. That's enough. It's tiring, and you don't have that much rage right now.
Yeah. I don't know. That's interesting. Because I can listen to a lot of different music, but I can't listen to ragey music.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean I don't have rage inside of me. It just means that that's not a place where I
get a release from it or whatever, or tap into it.
It just makes me feel really, really
agitated.
Maybe because for me, music does kind of amplify everything.
Yeah.
But I don't feel, at least personally for me, that that's a beneficial way to release my angst. I feel like it just adds to it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But there's so many different types of music. Like sad music, though, I feel like sad music is incredibly therapeutic for me. A lot of the OULA 1 music, it taps into some of that. But, and this is what we talk about a lot in our workshops and stuff, is that anger is usually a front to sadness. And so I feel like, yes, it's healthy to express some of that anger, but it's usually, at least when it's personal work, an initial reaction when underneath it is actually more of sadness.
Yeah, and you'll even see that in the workshops we do. Someone might have an initial reaction like, I don't want to feel that, or they're very kind of like,
put up that like,
I don't want to talk about that stuff, or whatever, and then suddenly they'll start crying. Like,
there's a lot behind it,
because anger is such a good protector too.
It is. It's like, a good protector.
Have to say sometimes, thank you, anger, for maybe it wasn't time for me to express the sadness I feel deeper down. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if that's like a universal thing, which I maybe don't think it is. Like, there's a lot of stuff, I don't know, like politically that makes me really pissed off, and I don't know if it's my personal sadness behind it. I think that there is a place for actual just like anger.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I feel like when it comes to personal work, it's usually a safety mechanism.
Yeah, it's like a pushback, like it's your defense. Like, no. Or I never felt that way.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with that before. And then suddenly you'll talk to the person a little bit more and they're like, actually, that's what I've been dealing with for a long time.
Yeah. And anger is an easy thing to push onto other people.
Right. And it tends
where sadness is a thing that we have to go inward to deal with. So I feel like when we don't want to do the personal work, it's easier to just get mad at other things or other people and push that energy out rather than sit with the deeper personal feelings of sadness.
Yeah. And the anger almost pushes people away.
It does.
And the sadness almost draws people in. Sometimes, like, people are like, oh, are you sad? And then suddenly everybody, and sometimes we don't want, it's like, no, don't look at me.
Right.
Like, I don't want help here.
Yeah.
We're defended.
I'm not ready
to let people in and explore what my sadness is about here.
Yeah, totally. But I feel like music allows that exploration. I'm not saying it invites other people in, but I think for me, music has just really helped me explore my own sadness in a way that almost makes it feel beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And I think that's one of the things about OULA 1 is a lot of the music does, I don't know, it makes me feel super introspective, and there is a sadness to it. And that, to me, is maybe one of the biggest reasons why it is so therapeutic. I mean, yes, the movement is absolutely important, but it's the movement that is because of that music that then we get to do the exploration, that we get to do the work, that we get to do the releasing and the healing and the opening.
And it feels very internalized in terms of having that communication with your body and your mind. It seems like that's really, having sort of a quiet, like, almost like when we're doing active listening. It's like, tell me your story, and then I just sit and listen. It's almost like that when we do OULA 1 in terms of with the music playing in the background, and you're having this very sort of attentive, active listening with the body.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, where does this feel?
Whoa, yes.
And what's happening with your arm?
Yeah, it is active. For me, I'm always surprised with your body. That's interesting.
I'm always like, I feel fine. My joints aren't tight at all, or whatever. And if I do OULA 1 partway through, I feel the communication starting, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, interesting. There's a stiffness on my right side. Yeah. And there's some bloating in my intestine. I start feeling stuff that I haven't been communicating with my body about. Yeah. I'm so cerebral that it's not like, let's connect down and almost ground too.
Yeah, and I think but don't you think it's the music that creates that opening?
It is. It's the music, definitely.
I mean, if we had
the combination of the movement too, I think.
Sure, but if we had ragey music, do you think that you'd go to those places within yourself?
No.
Or even if we had pop music,
even
or
pop
even if
music
it were
in OULA 1, no, because right away I'd just be wanting like, I'm so happy in my pop music. It wouldn't encourage me to have a deeper relationship with my body.
I mean, and not that OULA doesn't, because I know that we use pop music for OULA, so I'm not saying OULA doesn't take us to those places too, but there's just this deep introspection that I feel like happens with OULA 1.
Yes, I agree. I like that word, introspection.
Yeah, of the body and the mind.
It's more of a sitting with, and OULA is more of an acting out. In a way. And I need sometimes like today I think
we need both.
Sun comes up and just opening my chest and opening our arms up, and it just like open your heart, but it had to be very active for me to feel it. But then OULA 1 seems very like introspective, listening, quietly, grounded.
Yeah.
I'm appreciative for both.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're both really
with
necessary.
the music. I mean, and they have the music that fits their genre or fits what they're trying to do, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just really impressed when people can get to these places without music. I have no idea. Yeah. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.